this? We're fixing things during our countdown today. If you're joining me in the replay, feel free to skip ahead about 7 minutes or so. Catch the beginning of the show there. If you are joining me now live, please say hi. I'm gonna try and fix my Facebook stream because it's telling me it's too high of a resolution, but it's still going. I'm gonna leave it. Don't mess with it, Len. If it's working, don't break it. So, great. I'm starting a half an hour later than I have been the past couple of Mondays. Hope you don't mind too much. Hello, Kelly! Thanks for tuning in. Okay, 1920 by 1080 or lower. We're just gonna leave it. So I am getting a late start today because I got stuck at work we're preparing for a beach soccer tournament. We are in crunch time. Okay. I have a lot of updates, and I've got a big one about our IVF journey, our baby making journey. I know, Marcus. Hello. Marcus is calling me out for being late. Let me pull up my chat here. Get this going. I know it. Turn that on. I know. Monday chat. Oh my gosh. I didn't even watch soccer today. That's how busy I was. Switzerland beat France. That is pretty impressive. There's been some crazy upsets with the tournament recently. So it's, wow, like everything in this tournament's been crazy. All right, we've got our chat available now. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let's make sure this works. There it is. Well, congratulations, Marcus. I'm sure you're proud. Oh man, don't rub it in, Kelly. Don't rub it in. I know. Some people can have a game on in the background while they're working. I am not one of those people. If like a game is on, I'm like zeroed in on it. Oh my gosh. We're getting the highlight reel here. Both games today went to extra time. One went to PKs. But did the entire team kick, and did it go down to the goalies kicking? Because that happened. Not today. Oh, yes, it was crazy. I don't know if this is That's how it shows up on my end. Hold on, let me see. Oh, it's a happy face on there, on the emoji. I love that. It's so funny how how my little chat things brings it up differently. Oh, and mom and dad are here. I am on my drive home. I was starting to feel a little tickle in my throat and a little bit of a neck pain. I'm like, oh boy, if I'm getting sick, I am blaming Dad on this one. Hopefully it's just allergies. And I had my headphones in too. Sometimes when you have like, things in your ears, like, I don't know. For me, it just kind of makes my whole head feel a little bit congested. Not when I'm live streaming, but today I had to put headphones in just because I needed to like tune everybody else in the office out so that I could get my work done. Ooh, Mbappe got his PK saved? Eee. Wow. That is a pretty big shocker right there. Oh, it's a flag. Yeah, I was looking at one of your other comments where it was a smiley face earlier, Marcus. It's the Switzerland flag. It does not show up in the chat on YouTube. What's up with that, YouTube? Figure that out. Oh my gosh. Kelly! Excuse me. Hi! Wow. It's a big day for the goalies today. Laura saved a PK in the second half too. 14 goals scored in 2 games today. That is crazy. Holy shit. Alright, I think I'm better now. Oh, Callie, I missed your live stream with Daniel today. I'm going to have to try and go back and watch some of that replay. I am very confused. I have been very out of the loop for at least 3 weeks, and it feels like a lot longer with the whole LSP schedule, because I thought you guys were only doing Thursdays and Fridays, so I was very confused because it's Monday today. I don't know. Oh my god. You guys are just like throwing even more fun at me. Switzerland was 1-3 behind and they came ahead. And they end up winning. That's nuts. That's sadly like our soccer game yesterday when Honey Badgers, my women's team, went into halftime 1-1, and then we scored in the second half, so we were up 2-1. The other team came back and scored 3 more. We lost 4-2, 4-1, 4-2. Excuse me. Oh. You had to get rid of the Q&A, and that was the fun part. Oh, no. Yeah, that's when you get trolled. That's the best part. All right, I gotta get my button ready so I can start right on time. Baby talk. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Countdown time. A 3, a 2, a 1. Roll it. Hello, everybody. I'm Lynn Clementi Hicks, bringing you episode number, we'll go with 49. I actually don't know. That would be really cool if I did know. I have a little bit of a cough. I really hope that it does not stick around this whole show. Otherwise, we're going to keep it short so that I can go and cough in peace and not on a live stream. Yeah, sorry, Mom. I promise I'm not coughing to make you feel bad. And Spark, I was totally kidding. I actually don't know if it's episode number 49. Fun fact, though, my YouTube channel, I don't know what's going on, but some of my videos are starting to, like, be watched or find their way in the algorithm. And, like, I went down to my stats today. I'm, like, up to over 180 subscribers. That's crazy. It was May 7th, my birthday, is when I was just trying to get to 100 subscribers. So this is pretty exciting, guys. And I have you guys to thank for keeping me going. So, you know, while I'm working full time, my YouTube channel's working for me. There we go. Kelly said, yeah, thanks, Kelly. Episode number, 2,834,728. Yes. Maybe someday. Maybe like by next March, probably. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for cheering me on. Thanks, Spark. I've got to, while Spark is watching right now, I've got to say, we're doing some great stuff. And Spark is really, he's the driving force behind all these comedy shows that I've been part of. And I'm really excited just to be part of it. And last week, we did a new format where the comics played some games on stage to compete for their time, to do more bits. Or I don't know. Sorry if that's not the right word. But it's awesome being part of this. We pretty much filled the room. We kind of found what our maximum in that room could be. We have another show tomorrow. We're getting more attention on the social media and everything like that. It is just really cool to be part of this organically grown, comedy show. And Spark, I've got to say, it's just awesome working with you. And I know I'm spread really thin doing too many things, and I don't want to give up working with you because I'm having such a good time. So we have a show tomorrow night, guys. If anyone's in Chicago and wants to come, it's at Midlane Esports. It's at 7 o'clock. Tickets are only $7, and we've got 8 comics. So that's less than $1 per comic. So you can save some extra dollars for the bar and have a good time. Thank you, Marcus. So glad. Kristen, hi. Oh my gosh. And all the kisses from Spark too. Thank you. All right. big things are happening. So comedy is happening. I don't know if you guys follow me. If you guys are not friends with me on Facebook, please friend me. You'll see I've been updating my story because I find that that's the quickest kind of way to tell like kind of what's been going on lately. But it's not all about my fertility journey. So we talk a lot about that here, but this is the point: is anyone going through a fertility journey is also going through life too. And it's the reason I don't talk about my fertility journey on my personal Facebook page is because I want to make sure that I include all the other things, to remind people that life is not just one journey at a time. It's so many other things. So yeah. Oh, Marcus, maybe I'm missing a private plane to casually do it. Yeah. Maybe you'll be there someday, with your YouTube channel. Maybe in a year from now, you'll be like, oh yeah, private plane to Chicago on a Tuesday night. No big deal. And Spark, yeah, we are a good team. Hearts. So my Facebook stories lately have been me feeding chickens blueberries. It's been a lot about our house construction project, which is still going on. And guys, guess what? The chickens finally started laying eggs, and our neighbor gave them to us, a dozen eggs. We got the second dozen. She kept the first dozen, gave us the second dozen. And this is so cool. She put them in a regular egg carton, like you'd get at a store. Usually we get, large eggs. Sometimes people buy extra large. I never even really thought about it. I've never seen chicken eggs that are just from real, not from the store chicken eggs. Anyway, so she gives us the eggs with a little note that says, you can keep them on the counter. You don't have to, or you can refrigerate them if you want to, but don't wash them until right when you're going to use them. Okay. So, I'm pretty sure, is it pasteurized? Is that what eggs are when you get them from the store? They've been, pasteurized, I think. Yes, Marcus, the double egg. Exactly. I'll get there in a second. My eggs, guys, are all different sizes. They're all different shades. It's really cool. I swear one of them's a little bit blue, and I think it's from the blueberries. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, I've been feeding these chickens blueberries from my hand. They come over running when I call them. It's so much fun. And I was petting one yesterday. Chickens are so soft. Oh, I love it. Okay. So she gave us all these different size eggs. So Bert makes breakfast this morning. And he fried his eggs, and I think he washed them before he used them. And then it was my turn in the kitchen, and I like to have breakfast sandwiches. So I usually just crack one large egg, and I was like, oh, I'll just take two of the smaller ones, and even the largest ones in there probably weren't the size of a large egg. It was probably like medium size. So anyway, crack that egg. There were 2 yolks in there. Crack another egg. 2 more yolks in there. Like, what is this? This is crazy, right? Like, if you find a double yolk egg, normally that's like the luckiest thing. And to find 2 of them, so I go upstairs. I'm like, Bert, you wouldn't believe what just happened. He's like, I had one too. We had 3 eggs that had double yolks. How crazy? I don't know. Maybe you're a chicken person out there and you're like, actually, it's not that uncommon, Lynn. Like, kind of, it's not even lucky at all. But anyway, I feel pretty lucky. Anyway, I can't imagine how they'd be pasteurized. Maybe that's not the right word, but what do? They do something to the chicken eggs. I think they must clean them or something, and maybe that's why you have to keep them in the refrigerator when you buy them from the store. Look, this isn't a chicken channel. It's just a chicken story. Okay. And you guys know me. I don't always have all my facts straight, so I don't know. Is pasteurized? That's milk stuff, right? I don't know. Anyway. Oh my God. And I had a feeling this would come up I admit that when I cracked the first egg and I saw the double yolk, I'm like, oh shit, it's a sign we're going to have twins. That is the first thought that I had. I don't think though the yolks are actually, like, isn't that just the food? I don't know how the twins, I don't know what happens when a chicken egg actually has 2 yolks and say it was fertilized by a rooster. I don't know that 2 chicks would actually come out of there. I don't know. Marcus, here you go. It's all yours. You can have the chicken channel. It's a lot of fun to say. Go ahead right now. I'll give you guys a second. Say it out loud. Chicken channel. That was fun, right? Okay. All right, now focus again. We're back here. All right. So that's been happening. The chickens, the fresh eggs, and I honestly do think that the eggs were delicious. Like, I don't know, there was something special about it. So I'm really excited. So we have, what do we have left? 8 eggs, I think. Yeah. Okay. So next up, I'm going to give you guys a big update. I'm going to give you an update here. So Bert and I have been very carefully considering what we want to do next. We talked about this last Monday, and I chatted with you how we were thinking about adoption, how we were considering doing another round of IVF. We have asked our doctor some follow-up questions. He has responded, and Bert and I have decided we are going to be moving forward with another round of IVF. So now the big thing that we're working on is, are we going to do it on my next cycle, or are we going to do it in 2 cycles? So this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, especially anyone out there that's going through IVF. Something that they don't really talk to you about is timing. And this was a kind of a shock when we went through the first round of IVF. You know, all this, we started IUI, man, they scheduled our IVF to start in March, I think, originally. There's a video that I had edited about this months ago. And I'm going through the papers and I'm trying to figure this out and everything. And I realized, while I thought I was doing 2 rounds of IUI before IVF started, they had scheduled 1 and then we were going to get going. And I'm like, well, we wanted to try IUI 2 times first. So we pushed things back. So all of that, you know, setting up the calendar with your doctor, if you want to try IUI first before doing IVF, a lot of people do that, you know, scheduling all that in. We didn't get our egg retrieval until the middle of April. And then our egg retrieval, when we got to that point, we couldn't do a fresh transfer because of my progesterone levels. So they had us do a frozen transfer, which didn't happen until June 1st. So that's a whole month and a half. So think about that. That's all the way from January, when we were really starting to get the calendar and all the dates and everything, until June 1st. And then the 10-day wait after that, right? So you're talking about a 6-month thing. So when Bert and I were like, man, doing another IVF round, is this going to take another 6 months? So here's what happens the second time through. It doesn't take as long because you're already kind of in their system, I think, at least with my clinic. So they're ready to start me on my next cycle. After my failed one, I got my period. I don't know if it's quick or not, but it was quick after our negative. Our negative was on Thursday. I got my period on the following Monday. I don't know if that happens for everybody. It was too soon to start then because we hadn't gotten the meds and everything. But now he's giving us the option if we want to start our next cycle, which could be by my predictions around July 12th. Now, July 10th is going to be the beach soccer tournament. July 17th is going to be the big beach volleyball tournament. And then the following weekend, Bert is going out of town for a bachelor party. So that weekend could be the weekend, if everything's on schedule, that we would do egg retrieval, and Bert kind of needs to do his part there. It's a small part, but it's a very big part. It's a small action, but it's a very big part, I guess. So we are thinking, with all the stress of all the tournaments and everything going on, it might be better for us to do the August cycle. But we know that after talking to the doctor, it's going to go a lot quicker for that egg retrieval. We are expecting to do a frozen transfer. So that part could take, hopefully, just one more cycle. I can't remember what it was last time. I think it was my doctor's availability that caused it to be such a delay. So when he mapped it out for us, it seemed like it would go a lot quicker the second time. If you are going into IVF, talk about these dates and how long things could take, and get answers. Ask those questions, okay? Marcus, you're absolutely right. It is an essential part that Bert is there. He cannot be away for the egg retrieval because we really need a tiny little part from him there. But it's an essential part. Talk to your doctor about timing. Also, take a really big consideration of what your schedule is going to be like, okay? When you're doing your stims and you're going to have to give yourself injections, do you have travel coming up? Do you have certain big events that are going to be stressing you out? There's a lot of things that I think, we got kind of lucky with the first time around when I was furloughed and kind of making my own schedule and figuring out, what we're doing while staying at home during the pandemic. It was almost kind of lucky. Now that we're out of the pandemic, at least here in where we live, you have a lot of more distractions, a lot of other things that can make you maybe forget, your timing on your supplements or your injections, or, just making sure that you're staying, healthy, and stress-free. Yeah. No small parts, only small actors. Yeah, there. I don't, not meaning to call any part of Bert small, by the way. So this is my advice is if you're going through your journey, think about, and I'm going to expand this out to outside of the IVF journey, the fertility journey, and just think about, like what's coming next, what's big, and, are there things that you should push off intentionally, even though they're super exciting and you really want to get to them quick, but will you give them more of yourself if you wait just a little bit? And I'm not saying to push things off indefinitely, because that's definitely not what you want to do, but being mindful, that's it. Kelly is reminding everyone to like my video. Yes, thank you. I would appreciate that. I have been horrible at self-promoting, but Kelly, thank you so much. And I'm glad that you're back. I had to BRB, but I am back. That's awesome. Okay, so that's my message today, is just have a mindfulness about stress levels and timing. Even though something's super exciting, you don't want it to be ruined by all the other things that you've got going on top of that too. So most likely, Bert and I are going to be pushing it off for not this upcoming cycle, but the cycle after that. And I am starting to get back into the mindset of like taking all my supplements again, because once I had that transfer, there's some supplements you're supposed to stop taking. And after we got the negative, I'm like, what's the point anymore anyway? And I kind of was like, fuck these supplements, because I was mad they didn't work the first time. But those supplements are super important. And the doctor wants me to boost up on the CoQ10. I had a video a long time ago about how awesome CoQ10 is, and that's something that everybody can take. And it's not just for fertility, but it is very beneficial for fertility for men and women. Hello, Laura. Thank you for saying hi. I'm glad that you're joining us. So, all right. Now, what was the other thing I want to talk about? So, sticking kind of with this, there is a little bit some changes that we're making for this round of IVF that I have heard even more great things about. So we're going to be doing, instead of birth control, and I say me, I am going to be doing, instead of birth control, estrogen priming. And then for the, remember when we talked about ICSI? That's when they take one of the sperm and put it directly into the egg right after the egg retrieval. They're actually going to be doing Zymet testing. And this is really cool. I talked about it a little bit last week, but this is something really neat. Apparently they can test the sperm, and it's only $200 for us to do this. I don't know why it's so little and why we didn't do it the first time, but it helps pick the very best sperm. So that part hopefully will help us with making us get more of our eggs that make it to blastocyst. Yes. So Marcus, this is an excellent question. I would say yes, the journey itself is stressful because there's so much waiting, so many things, so much unknown. But now that we've done it once, I feel like now I know what to expect, and it's a lot less stressful in that way. It's almost like, okay, I know that I'm going to be doing shots. I know I'm going to get mood swings. Bert knows how to deal with them. I feel like I've come up with the coping mechanisms and stuff. I think the part that I'm looking forward to the least is those progesterone and oil shots that hurt so bad in the butt. And I'm like, if that's the worst part, and I can deal with all the other stuff up to that, and then when we get to that, just being like, okay, it's worth it, right? So, I don't know. I think, yeah, Kelly, exactly. I promise, guys, it gets easier, and it's crazy the number of. I can understand how some women just keep doing it until they get the results, because it becomes a cycle. It becomes something that you get better at, I guess. And I think too, it's going to be a lot less stressful because of the support system that I've built. Not only here with you, and sharing this journey, but I'm in a support group now, and it's a really nice small support group, and we're all going through IVF, and it's incredible the things that we're sharing. And I just feel really like I've got those girls that I can shoot out a text in the morning to the small group, and I don't know, it's different than we talked about all those different types of support system, and this is the one I think that kind of makes it even easier to do another cycle. They kind of were my cheerleaders, I think. I don't know. They didn't push me, but they were encouraging the things that the doctor had told me, and saying that they had success with that too. Here, this is perfect. Kristen is saying, it's a lot less stressful the second time for sure. I felt like I wasn't as antsy about the timeline for everything the second time. Yeah, because you know what's coming next. Like, yeah, when you get your ginormous box of meds, and you're pulling out syringes and boxes and vials and all these extra things. You're like, am I doing all this at once? You don't know when all those things come, but they come and they give you instructions as you go. And now, yeah, that's another thing is I won't be overwhelmed by all the medications I'm going to have to get again. I'll be like, okay, yeah, I know those will come later. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, and Kristen, yeah. Exactly, and I always have you guys to tell the story too, and there is something there. Sharing what I'm going through is, I guess, therapeutic in a way, because you guys are so positive about it and encouraging and great listeners. Probably because I can't hear you talking back to me. I can read it, but and no one has yet to cross the line with anything that I've been sharing in the journey. And I think that I've been very fortunate. Maybe I'm counting my lucky egg yolks, on that one. Yeah. Okay, so all that's coming up. Now, I know a lot of the audience is outside of Chicago, but I do want to plug real quick. If you are in Chicago and you are interested in either soccer or volleyball, those are events. Every event that I do, guys, I love bringing people together, whether it's here, virtual, which is what got me into all this, or in person, with comedy shows or sporting events or making a team or whatever. I love bringing people together to connect on every level. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to make a little plug for the beach soccer tournament, which is July 10th, and beach volleyball tournament. So you can go to beachsoccerfestival.com. That is for, I wish I had pop-ups for this now. I'll get to that in a second. And then Bollywood.com, I believe, is where you can get the beach volleyball information, which is also like an EDM concert too. It's the Corona Electric Beach and a beach volleyball festival. So, so about pop-ups. So next, I guess what, the 4th of July weekend, I get Monday off. I am still going to stream on Monday, and I am very excited to come back and spend a little bit of time preparing for that live stream, because I got a whole slew of new visuals and overlays and stuff like that I can play with. So I'm going to do that. And then what I was going to say about all the events that I love doing, I always really try to align with events that I believe in, that are something that I try really hard, and that aren't going to be like crappy events. Like, I think it's kind of, I hate the idea of inviting people to something that's going to be shitty. And Bert and I were talking about this the other day, because sometimes we have parties, and every time we host a party, I'm like, okay, you got to excite all the senses when people come in. You got to have music. You have to have something that smells good. You should have something to offer them, whether it's a beverage or an hors d'oeuvre. You should make sure that everything feels good. Excuse me. And when Bert throws a party, he's just like, I don't know, we'll just call people over. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll tell them to bring some snacks and some beers, and we're going to have a great time. And both of them turn out great. But I am a little bit of an over planner, I would say. I just want it to be an awesome experience for people. I want that to be like my stamp on things, you know, like when Lynn's running something, you know it's going to be good. So yeah, bring the fancy stuff. Exactly. And you guys are forced to be good listeners because that's the magic of streaming. Exactly. I'm lucky to have a captive audience, though. It's that's not always the case, you know. Okay, and overall, I would say with everything that's going on, I've got some good coping mechanisms for dealing with the stress. I would love to hear from you guys. How do you deal with stress? Like, what is your go-to, like to kind of relieve the stress? Do you take baths? Do you go for a walk? Do you like chuck your phone in another room and leave it? Do you take a nap? I would love to know what you do to kind of like de-stress. I have to admit, I love having a glass of wine. That's my like go-to. And it's rough because you're not supposed to be really drinking when you're trying to get pregnant. Now, the doctor says you can have 4 to 5 glasses a week. My acupuncturist says something along the same lines, and I do usually just have the one glass. I've been kind of spoiling myself, I guess, for the past couple of weeks because I wasn't sure what was going on. But yeah, bring all of the charcuterie boards. Yeah, exactly. When I'm planning a party, you bet. I've definitely had some amazing charcuterie boards. Kelly's saying, honestly, it depends for me. Sometimes I have an edible and veg out, or work out, or meditate, or take a shower. Yeah, I'm on board with all those. I haven't, I think we did an edible like one time. I did an edible one time since our failed transfer. I was like, I just wasn't sure. There, you know, the jury's still out on the THC and trying to get pregnant. Otherwise, yeah, edibles are fantastic. You know, real nice way to mellow out. And the nice thing is you can control your dose with that too. Like, especially now that things are not like, you know, homemade, and you can go somewhere and actually get like some legit stuff so you know what you're taking. It's great. Working out, I've been working out. Bert and I were supposed to coach. Well, I was supposed to coach this morning, and the one person I had wasn't feeling well, so she canceled. But Bert and I were up and like ready to start anyway. And he goes, "Why don't we stretch?" And we did an amazing stretch session for 25 minutes, and it felt so good. So I think I'm gonna actually start building in more stretching into my like workout routines. Because honestly, I think a lot of my joint pain is coming because I'm not stretching enough. Yeah. Wait. I love this. Oh my God. Lynn, I would love to do an edible with you. Kelly, someday. Someday we will do an edible together. It'll be great. Spark, I am not sure what these icons are. So this looks like little poofs of air. Is that supposed to be smoking? Oh, I get it now. It's marijuana signs, but they're like Christmases. I see. Christmas trees. I get it now. Marijuana bushes. Got it. Meditation, I've dropped off from that. Yeah. The showers though, I love a long shower, and I get you there, Kelly. So I'm there. Smoking tweez. Oh my God. Welcome to my fertility channel where we encourage marijuana usage. And yeah, for sure, we can at least drink together sometime. I'll be having a baby in arm. I'll be like, yeah, having a drink. Oh, and that was kind of fun too. So guys, right, like I'm a famous live streamer now, right? No big deal. Okay. I'm pushing it with the famous part. I'm a live streamer. I am in a wonderful live streaming community that I love so much. I talked about doing Lita back in April. I've been part of this live streaming pros group since last October. And there are people in the group, you know, that like you get to know. And one of them was driving through Chicago. She messaged me. She's like, "Hey, what's going on. And sure enough, I was like, yeah, I will make time to see you. So we had coffee together for about an hour. CK came to visit. She's got a YouTube channel called CK's Antics. She just retired from the military. She's moving to South Dakota, and she likes to do some great rants on her channel. It's awesome stuff. Marijuana and chickens. Exactly. That's what this channel is all about. CK. Yeah, CK is awesome. I would love to collaborate with her more. I want to collaborate with so many people. It's crazy. I just, we'll find the time for it. We'll find the time, right? You got to put those big projects off so that you can focus on them. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, a candlelit shower. I like that. When I was trying to take it easy right before the transfer, I was allowed to take baths then, and I did that. I did a nice Epsom salt bath with candles. Actually, Kelly gave me the candle. It was a fertility candle. I had like a special essential oils in there for good for fertility, and that was amazing. And I put on one of those meditations. It was really nice. Yeah, love that. So I have been trying to, in my free time, I feed the chickens their blueberries. Me and Bert are still going for walks almost nightly. My garden is growing, and it makes me feel so happy that something is growing and thriving. And we're going to have tomatoes, so I'll be trading those eggs and tomatoes with my... okay, I thought I said potatoes for a second. I had to re-listen to myself really fast there. We have a green pepper growing and Roma tomatoes, so we can make some sauce. So we just really enjoy kind of like keeping it at home, and we don't mind having those Friday nights where we're not out at the bars drinking or going to a party anymore. I think we're starting to kind of appreciate calmer moments, like decompressing and being present with each other. And I'm really impressed with mine and Bert's ability to continue connecting. I know that can be a strain on some couples when they're going through IVF and stuff. So I'm very, very lucky that we make space for that. Yeah. Oh, Paul. Hey, buddy. Yeah, Monday nights. That's my thing. Just Mondays. Curse this notification system. I know. You never get the notifications for me. And welcome to the party. Callie is killing it in the chat today. I love it. So that's, I'm kind of wrapping up here. I'm just kind of giving a big check-in with you guys to let you know, like, we're stressed in some areas with work and stuff, but we're finding the moments to appreciate, just like find moments to enjoy life, honestly, because if you're always stressed out, then what's the point? That's something that I keep reminding myself of. I'm like, it's okay if you have to push something off to take care of yourself. And people keep reminding me of that too, which I really appreciate. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, last update. The house now, okay, has a wall, we knew, in the basement. And you could see to the outside. They backfilled the outside of the wall, so then they can start to put the sidewalk in out there. We officially have framing, so the house is now being held up by the wall and framing. And they took out those big, if you had seen any of the videos I did of that or shared on my Facebook stories, there were big, like, beams kind of coming out of our house that were supporting the house while they dug everything out and everything. Those are gone. This is really exciting. And today they they finished putting in the beam that goes all the way down our house in the middle of our house. That replaced an old wood one that was kind of sagging and not great. And then they put in new poles and they poured the concrete, so those poles are not going anywhere. And then I think their next steps, and Bert said that they put in the windows downstairs too. I haven't seen them yet because I got home, came straight here. And then, so now the next step, I think they'll finish that, put the siding back on the house, pour our sidewalk, and then on the inside of our house on the first floor, they're going to be putting in a new beam so that our upstairs floors are not this shape. They will be, hopefully, is that flat? Straight. That's the point. All right, guys. You know what would be fun if I set up a chat room for you guys to keep the conversation going after I sign off here, but that's not how it works. Oh, Brian just got here too. You guys, you got to stop showing up right at the end. It's okay. Hi, Brian. How's it going? Brian, who he had shared here with us that their IUI was successful. They made their announcement official on Facebook, I saw. So that's so exciting, too, that they're pregnant. They told everybody. Oh, Callie. CK, were your ears ringing? I was just telling everybody about our little get-together and how much I appreciated that. And how I was like, I will clear my schedule to make that happen. Like, she was very patient because my boss was like, Lynn, come here for a meeting. And I'm like, I have to go. He's like, where are you going? And I'm like, don't worry about it. It's very important. I just have to go. Yeah. All right. So, okay, hold on. You guys are being ridiculous here. Kelly's like, I was talking about my flat floors and she said, flat like my chest. And then Marcus goes, I wish my chest was flat. You guys are cracking me up over here. This is why I stream for you guys and these silliness. Okay. Don't worry, Brian. It's okay. It's not your bad that you came late. Luckily, you caught me, and it's all because I had to start late today too, so it's okay. And another reminder from Callie, please smack that like button, everybody, and hit that bell to get notifications for when I go live. I will try and be better about scheduling them. I do plan to go live next Monday, July 5th, and I will be putting a little bit more time into some fancy overlays, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. This was a lot of fun. And I have to go catch some replays on some soccer that apparently happened today that I missed. Bert has some amazing dinner for me that he said would be ready 4 minutes ago, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome week. I hope you find the moments in between all the stress to enjoy life and have those little happy moments. And yeah, good luck to you and everything you're doing this week. Enjoy your 4th of July holiday. I will see you next Monday. Bye, guys. Oh, man. We had another latecomer here. Hey, Sammy, how's it going? Bye, CK. Aw, thanks, Callie. I'm glad. Love you too, Mom and Dad.